All right, so I've finished my first run through of making the game components for World War I, 1914, 1918 by SPI. And I'm glad I did a first run through, because when I go to do the game crafting day, hopefully a live stream, like I said, and have people pop in on as co-hosts and that type of stuff would be kind of nice. And we just chit chat about game crafting experiences, and give each other some advice and feedback and the whole 9 yards. Anyways, yeah, I'm glad I did a first run, because it's a ton of mistakes. It's certainly not, it's functional. That's all I got to say. But I would like to get, when we get to the game crafting day, maybe do a proper deluxe version. And gosh, based on the amount of people that have said they've really enjoyed this game, maybe it would be a good way to make it nice and deluxeified or whatever. Yeah, like I said, I had to end up, it's just like I said, I've figured out what I like and what I don't like, certain ways of doing things. So this was due to the fact that I decided to use some overlap on some of the panels. The problem with doing the overlap with the panels is that it ended up having, well, obviously, some third dimension added to this thing, which caused grief when I was sliding the counters around. So I ended up having to use invisible tape on the tops, but of course, as you can see, it's not invisible, that type of stuff. This is an intriguing game. My gosh, I can't believe that 10 turns, 6 months per turn, and lots of people saying that they've really enjoyed this game. Callendale's saying that potentially it's the best strategic game of the Great War besides La Grande Guerre, that type of stuff. Obviously, you can see there's not a lot of counters, so I'm using blocks right now, due to the fact that, for the most part, the unit, not all the time, once like the Germans get the Strasstruppen and the French can get the tanks, that type of stuff. But for the most part, all the movement is like 5 movement points for all the units. Each belligerent has essentially the same point values for all their units. So I was like, well, you're going to see why, because I did want to use the, I don't know what variant this is, but hopefully you guys can see this. I'm just trying to take a look here. See, so here's the original-ish. I altered the colors. They were also a blue for Britain. I altered them a little bit for the red. These are just not the greatest scan from BGG. And my God, did I ever have to do some, like, look how the contrast is horrible. And I tweaked like a maniac, but still, I was like, we're getting to the point where I just want to play the game, for goodness sakes. So I had popped the counters on there, and then I was like, no, I'm going to go use these other ones, which are just wonderful looking. I understand I'm not a big fan of the feathers or whatever for the Italian helmet on here. Just every time I look at it, I'm always thinking this helmet's on fire. For the most part, all the numbers are right. I don't know if this is getting into the Decision Games variant or whatever, but not all of them. You can see here, and there was some, I was like, you know what, let's just play with the original counters. And then I was like, well, if they're all the same numbers, and what, for the most part, why not? And I don't like that, I don't like the scan that I'm using right now. I'm just going to go with blocks for now, is the way I'm going to do it, and then we'll go from there. So for, I mean, you could probably tell just based on the geography. You've got the Russians here, German. You see what I mean? Like, it's just this one little block representing the Russians, the Germans at the beginning of the war in East Prussia. It's like, whoa! It's just so neat to see it that way. And then you've got the Dutch over here, and you got the Belgians, and I've got the Germans here, and the Brits and the French, the Italians. I put these little markers here to remind me who are neutrals at the moment. So, I've got the Italians, I've got the Austrians, and the Serbians obviously are not neutral, that type of stuff. So, yeah, well, I'm going to start this up, and but in preparation for the game crafting day, I'm certainly going to start altering the counters and so on and so forth, trying to make things much better. But at least I now know how I'm going to go about doing this, the game board, I think, for the, yeah, it's going to be a much better. You won't see any of this. It'll be all seamless. Anyways, that's it. Hope you're having a good time, and see you later. Bye. And obviously, I hope to see you on the game crafting day. That would be wicked. Bye.